Hello everyone, today is 31st of August 2020. Today in this video we will be having a discussion of the Hindu editorial page analysis. This is a cartoon of the day. It clearly shows that government is banking on two branches, which is the Supreme Court decision and also RBI and also GST interest rates which were deferred and interest waiver, which is kind of unbalanced. Recently the government is saying that on the GST, which is kind of an act of God, so some of the states should bear the losses incurred by the GST. This is regarding the cartoon of the day. Before I begin, I welcome you all to Wifisestudykaro. This is also my Instagram and my website and Facebook page. The links are given in the description. Please do subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss any further updates. I am Prashant. Let's get started. The first article is regarding a development that had hardly put India at ease. This is regarding the World Bank decision to halt the data, that is doing business report on data authenticity, and there are some implications due to that. They were reviewing the data. So World Bank halted the annual publication that is doing business report as it dedicated some irregularities in the data for the few countries. So for the last few years the India has escalated in the index of the World Bank, and also some of the countries have declined their position from one of the important positions in the World Bank index. And this World Bank said that in some of the Wall Street Journal, which was published in 2018, says there were some irregularities detected, and the data which was published by the World Bank is not proper. So they again want to review the scenario and the authenticity with these irregularities of the data from the few countries. So the integrity and impartiality of the data and the analysis is a paramount, so they are immediately taking the following actions. So they are conducting a systematic review and assessment of the data changes that occurred subsequent to the institutional data review process for the last 5 doing business report. So there should be an internal audit function to perform an audit of the process for the data collection and a review for doing the business and the control, the safeguard the data integrity. These were the statements said by the World Bank regarding the data. They should provide some of the irregularities what had happened, and they need to detect, and they have put a watchdog on this and also prepared some of the committees, and also they should provide and protect the integrity and impartiality of the data and analysis, which are the most important things, that is a paramount. And to safeguard the data and integrity, they are once again reviewing a decision to halt regarding the major implication and authenticity of the data. So what this matters is that the ranking and Make in India, due to the boost by 2014 Make in India progress, the Indian rank in the World Bank index have been escalated from 142nd position in 2014 to 63rd position in 2019. Due to this, India's success in boosting its ease of doing business is ranking in spectacular, that is 63rd position in 2019. So the case of Chile and Russia, these countries have declined the position in the World Bank rankings from one of the positions to they have declined and fall because of some of the misinterpretations or the irregularities of the data. So they have appealed to the World Banks to check and recheck the data. So again now they are halted the annual publication, that is doing business report, and they are rechecking and what had caused the irregularities of this data, so that the integrity and impartiality of the data and analysis should control and safeguard the data integrity. So there are many flaws in the system and they should be curtailed, and it's a time for us to rethink, to halt in this doing business. And also this could also a boost for Indian success and ease of doing business if the rank had been much more progressed beyond 63rd position, the author says in this article. So this is regarding the authenticity and doing business report, how the World Bank have halted the decision of the annual publication regarding the irregularities of data. The next article is regarding the China. Due to this pandemic situation, most of the countries, the China is the largest manufacturer in different sectors, as we all know that. But due to this pandemic situation, many countries have want to shift their headquarters or kind of investment to other countries. So that could be probably in India. It was a kind of hype in the past few months. But what actually is that there is also some of the pros and cons regarding this. The author clearly enforces and gives his statements on this. So despite the messaging, it is still advantage in China. The author wants to say that even though there might be a pandemic or some of the drastic fall down in the economy of different countries due to this pandemic import and export, but yet China is kind of advantageous rather than other countries. How the China is advantageous even though in this pandemic situation, the author clearly explains in this article. So India needs to show foreign investors its benefits of China with a fewer risk and relocation destinations. So most of the countries want to relocate from the headquarters of China to the different countries, as we have also seen that Apple has been moved to India and also US, and they want to establish more infrastructure in our manufacturing sector in India rather than China. So that is kind of from the Apple. So despite New Delhi's noted success in relocating Apple suppliers to India, many US companies with experience working with China are not convinced that the India has the PRC's established industrial base and expertise. So they also see another Asian countries as a more competitive. But to change their minds, the skeptics must be convinced that the India offers the benefits of China with a fewer risks. So there should be a relocation destination from China. So most of the countries are thinking, or the most of the investors are relocating to think for the India, but there should be an experience in working and also establishment industrial structure and also expertise in the relocated destination. What author means to say, the good and bad point is that why China scores more when it is compared to India, because China continues to offer investors many advantages such as manufacturing infrastructure and also skill level that allows innovation more quickly than India from the prototype to product. So in order to publish or in order to manufacture something, there should be a protocols from prototype to the some of the segments, which is called different phases of production and manufacturing. That is easily done in the skill level and also infrastructure and or the major advantages when it compared to China compared to India. So that's why most of them have banking on China itself rather than coming to India. This is a crucial point. This is a bad point when considered in the perspective of giving the clearances from the prototype to product. So most of the things is that we need to focus on states which already had the geographical location which already established, like let's say Mumbai, Delhi, or well established Bengaluru and Hyderabad also have geographical locations which are well furnished to establish the industrial sectors. And also some of the very important thing is that there should be a proper transportation confined to the industrial sector. So we need to have a geographical location such that there should be proper transport and also infrastructure, and also we need to focus on those kind of states. What author means to say, we need to work on the framework. What the author means to say that when there is a company which want to provide or produce something, there should be a clearances like some of the skill level and also from prototypes and also some of the clearances by the government and central government, some parties. So most of the thing we are having the corrupted system here. That's why most of the companies are still banking on China even though in this pandemic situation. This is what the author means to say, that despite the messaging is that we are just relocating, but it is still advantage in China. This is what author means to say, that they doesn't want to relocate their destination to India, but they are still sticking to China itself because of these kind of infrastructure and manufacturing and prototype to product more quickly, and skill level innovations are more in China compared to India. The next article is regarding the subclassifications in the weaker section, that is the Supreme Court has given a decision to classify on the reservation criteria for SC/STs into the consideration of state level. So in earlier we would have non-creamy and creamy layer for OBC, that is backward classes, but this could also be done in the coming days in SC/ST. This was a verdict given by the 5-by judge recently by the Supreme Court of India. So revisiting the bar on the states given the preferences on the most marginalized among the Supreme Court is a welcome move. Again, Supreme Court has given cogent reasons for reconsideration of the verdict given by the 5-judge bench in 2004 that the state legislators have no power to create subclassifications among the list of scheduled castes notified by the president. It was in 2004 earlier, they don't have any classification, but now the verdict by Supreme Court says that you can classify, that state have the powers to classify the different sections or in the reserved category. So what author means to say is that in states, let us take backward classes have different classifications such as A, B, C, D. So in the same way, but there is no classification of different castes in the scheduled caste, let's say SC, A, B, C, D. So now the states have the authority and states legislator have the power to create the subclassification of this scheduled caste notified by the president. This is modified kind of amendment because the Supreme Court has given the decision. So 5-by judge headed by Justice Arun Mishra has affirmed the competence of the states to the preferential treatment to the weakest among the scheduled castes without depriving other castes any benefits. So the court had noted that Supreme Court list contains many castes and cannot be treated as a homogeneous groups. So it is recognized that the obligation of the states to identify for the preferential treatment those sections within the Supreme Court communities to whom reservation benefits are not trickled down or were in the same state of backwardness for the decades. And the Constitution has been amended in 2018 to introduce Article 342A, under which the President notifies that in consultation with the states, the list of backward classes with a caveat similar to the ones in the respect to the scheduled castes of Article 341 and scheduled tribes of Article 342, that a Parliament can make inclusions or exclusions in the list, and that once such a change is notified, it shall not be varied by any subsequent notification. So this is what the move done by the government of India in 2018, but now the states have full power and also they can include and make an inclusion or exclusion into the list depending upon their meeting or headed by the cabinet in the state legislation. This is what the author means to say regarding the subclassification among the weakest of the weakest. That's the end of article discussion. If you are new to my channel, I request you all to subscribe so that you will not miss any further updates. Thank you. Have a great day.